Hey, how are you, man? Not too bad, not too bad. Good. Do you want to come on through?
Yeah, sweet.
Would you like to take a seat, dude?
Yeah, cheers, Johnny.
Alright, so what can I do for you today?
So, just a skin fade, bit lower, so like mid to low skin fade, and then just a bit off the top, but not too much.
Okay.
Thin it out a bit because my hair gets quite thick, so that'll be sound.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, could I get a moustache for November? So,
No problem. So I'll cut the top first, get that all cut in, and then we can work on the sides and put in the moustache in and stuff.
sweet, yeah.
Is there a reason why you are deciding to go for it?
Yeah, so I'm the November ambassador this year, so I've got, along with a few others, I'm responsible for just making sure that November is seen on campus.
Okay.
Each society does their own thing, and they all do pretty good jobs like hockey, rugby, loads of different sports, have their own campaigns, but we're just making sure it gets seen, and then also that those committees have the support with the main team in November, because there's people at November's office that like have their whole job role is just uni students. It's a big push on campus.
It's a good way of standing out. I mean,
Yeah.
you noticed what rocking around with a moustache on the back of your head instead of the front of your head.
Yeah, definitely dressing around, walking around like an idiot. So, but I mean, I originally got into it because first year had a bad injury, knew that I wouldn't be playing rugby till about February of second year, and then I was like, it just popped up randomly, and then I thought, or not randomly, I saw it in first year, but it just popped up in my emails, apply for this. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go for it.
That's a big amount of time to be out injured for. When you first arrived at uni that you got injured?
Yeah, literally. So I started in the fours, was playing some good rugby, enjoyed my rugby, got to the threes, and then 2 games after that, popped my shoulder out. Instantly knew I'd done something bad. I'd never had a bad injury before then, and it was a bit weird. Went to A&E, got it sorted, talked to surgeons, and they were just like, you can try physio, no surgery, but it's probably not going to work.
Right, okay.
Ended up having a surgery end of first year, and then it was around that point I lost a close friend as well.
Okay.
And so that kind of led me, as like, right, I've got to fill my time, I've got to be busy in the best way. Initially to just distract me, but I thought November was also a positive way to learn to deal with it, and learning that kind of the coping mechanisms and skills with that.
Yeah, I was going to say distraction's probably a very good thing at that point, because getting stuck in your own head with too much time on your hands with dealing with both of those things going on.
For me, rugby
really difficult, wasn't it?
Rugby was almost a therapy, and like the same way for me as a man, I think barbershops, sport, and the gym are places I can guarantee I go to and I will feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
And losing one of them, probably the biggest one of them for my life, it was a massive thing. So I wanted to do November, and then the campaign I think is so good because as a first year fresher coming in, I knew nothing about it, and they were so visible. Furley did a great job actually backing it when he was leading it. It was just being seen, and
he was a big character as well.
Yeah, he was a great man. He was a great guy. Yeah, so November campaign is, I was just sat there, got the ambassadors together, and then last year did it as well. Got a few events together, did the November darts, which is down at 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, which is really good. But I just thought it was a great way for me to invest my energy, get something out of it. I had a really load of cool experiences, some good nights out actually from it as well, which is quite nice. But
it's a good way of keeping you involved with the club as well then, I guess.
Yeah, so through...
If rugby's... Did you play all growing, like, sort of through your youth growing up as well? Or?
Yeah, literally as long as I remember, like
So
5 years old.
It's been you then, hasn't it, for a very long time, rugby?
Oh well, yeah, when I came to uni, obviously you introduce yourself and then they're like, oh, what do you do? I play rugby, and then you're not branded as a rugby guy, but that's your personality.
Yeah,
like,
it's part of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive part of me, and losing it, or initially thinking I'd lost it, was a big thing.
Yeah.
But then realising that through November and through a lot of work in and around the club, there's actually so much more going on. That's how I've ended up becoming VP of rugby. I wanted to stay involved. I wanted to almost somewhat give back to the club, but I do get a lot out of being committed. It's just nice to be involved.
Yeah.
And nice to meet up with the guys and have a reason to, rather than just meeting up with your friends. You actually have a purpose, and having that.
Yeah, it's it gives you something to drive towards as well as just going out for a drink with them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It gives you a, like you said, purpose and a role within the club.
Mm.
And did you say Did you say you were doing some coaching as well?
Yeah, so I literally just this year started coaching the women's. Tim,
nice.
who was at the men's club, has gone over as the new head coach, and I'm working kind of under him as a second team coach. It's really nice, like the girls are all really enthusiastic. It's such a different vibe to men's rugby because most of the girls there never played before. Really, it's about not participation, but initially getting people through the door, and then at the higher level now, they were looking to really compete, and they're almost the best of the rest apart from the top league. So Nottingham's looking to break into that, almost like a few years behind what the men's were.
So you're helping these girls sort of get into rugby and stay into rugby with the coaching as well. Then I guess if you're saying some of them haven't played.
Yeah, definitely. Like the coaching's just a good thing for me. It keeps me busy, and I get a lot out of it, as well as it being a paid role. It's not really, for me, the money's not at all a part of it. I would do it for free. It's something that I enjoy. It gets me back onto the pitch. I put my rugby boots on today, going on to the 3G, and I think genuinely that's the first time I put them on in over a year. And so it's a nice feeling to be back.
I was going to say, how did that feel then?
It was, for me now, it's a happy memory.
Okay.
Like I'm not sad about anything that's happened with my injuries. There's no point in me being. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back to rugby, but playing is only ever one thing. And now realising that you're part of the team coaching, and it's quite nice that I can give some input to the girls that is valued. Yeah. It's not that I'm just waffling saying nothing. It's good to know that I feel like I'm part of the team. They want me there.
So you know, obviously the injury was a pretty bad one to stop you playing.
Yeah.
Initially were you in quite a dark sort of place with that?
Yeah, I think for me the injury's just been, the worst thing about it is it's never been a consistent, right, you've had this, you're out for a year, you'll be back. It was initially I had the first impact, was trying to come back without surgery, had another injury, surgery the first time, tried to come back from that, had it dislocated again, so I needed the second surgery. And then the second one's been pretty tough because for some reason it just hasn't healed right. My scar tissue is a bit weird, and so I've had to have 3 surgeries, one on just my skin, which is a long process. It's taken a toll on my personal life, just because I've not realised at the start that being down and this has affected my mood, and then that's affected how I've spoken to other people in my life, like my friends, my close loved ones. I've not been showing up in those relationships as much, and I've had to realise that I need to take responsibility, one for making it heal, but 2, making sure that me not exercising doesn't affect my mood, because it's a big part of it.
Yeah, it's I don't know, you can get lost inside yourself a bit sometimes, can't you?
Oh, 100%.
And relationships can fall by the wayside, whether it being friends or family, whatever else. But I suppose it sounds like if you're saying today you've put your boots on, you've walked out onto that pitch and you felt good and felt happy, it feels like everything you've been doing alongside the club with Movember and the coaching and being VP and everything has helped you come sort of full circle with that.
Oh, definitely, yes. Like I feel probably happier than ever at uni. First year was brilliant, but first year's always a bit of, you're having to make friends, you're going on nights out, but you're not going on nights out with your best mates at that point at the start of it. Then injury hits, a bit down about that. Second year was again good, but I feel I've got the coping mechanisms for that, and I think I know myself a lot better than I ever have done. I'm aware when I'm in a bad mood, this will pass, I need to go to the gym, I need to get outside, I need to exercise. Often if I'm slightly due a haircut but could have a few weeks later, I'll just go to the barbers and go, I feel better. You look better, you feel better, but it's just like therapy. This is just sitting in the chair. It's like,
yeah, it's one of the things I love about my job. Like you see the smile on someone's face after you've cut their hair and they're happy with it, and they feel that you feel the energy about them feeling good about the way they're feeling, and or even if they've just been able to have a bit of a chat and get a bit of a load off their mind or anything like that. It's always a good feeling for us as well. Because I suppose being part of a team is a unique feeling while you're at uni, and then you had that taken away.
Yeah.
But you've been able to integrate yourself as a team player in other ways then, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming to uni, being able to be in the rugby team and knowing so many fresh and other people in your year through that, and then also through that you meet so many other different sports. You play with different people, you do different things, and you build a network almost. Sport at uni, everyone knows everyone within 1 or 2 connections. It's quite a good thing, I think, about coming and playing. And then initially I felt like I would lose that. I never actually lost it, but it was the fear of being injured and then worrying about what would happen that was overwhelming to me, I'd say, at the start. And then moving into like just focusing my energy, actively trying to make the most of a bad situation, has actually led me to be here, and it's why I'm sitting in the chair today. Is that I've put my energy into some positive things, and then you get rewarded back of it. I had no idea when I was 2 years ago just trying to be Movember ambassador that I'd then get the experience of chatting to you on this, and then it's quite, you don't know what's coming down the line, but if I think investing good energy, you get good out of it.
Yeah, sort of, not quite karma, but it's along the same sort of lines, isn't it? You can get out what you put into these sorts of things, can't you?
100%,
a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah, I like that sound.